Hi, Chancellor here with Stamp Art Connection. I'm going to demonstrate a card for you featuring the Colorful Seasons bundle. This is a very pretty card. It can be a nice card for birthdays, very feminine for a note card, or as well as a pretty wedding card. I actually have used this sentiment for a wedding card that I did recently. And I just really like the colors. It features the powder pink and our tried and true sweet sugar plum, old olive, as well as some vellum flowers and some pearl accents. And we're using an old olive. This is in the new catalog ribbon. I'm going to change it up a little, just because I'd like to show a little bit of variation that you can do in making your cards. And I also want to tell you that I'm really excited about the new catalog. This goes live 1 June. It's got a lot of really neat products in it. I just loaded the At Home With You card. That is a rather long video, but it really turns out a nice project. So I hope you take a look at that. And kind of now for kind of flower and summer and wedding season, I wanted to go ahead and demonstrate this one for you as well. Hey, so let's get started. The products that you're going to need are going to be your base cardstock, 5.5 by 4 1/4 in the new powder pink color. This is a new in color. We're going to layer that. We're going to do something different. We're going to layer that with an old olive piece that is 5 1/4 by 4, and then we're going to use a whisper white piece on top of that. We're going to use an embossing folder to emboss our whisper white piece, and we're going to use the Petal Burst embossing folder. And I had it just here a minute ago, and when I find it, I'll show it. I'll make sure. Oh, here it is. Here's the Petal Burst embossing folder. So we're going to emboss this piece on the Petal Burst embossing folder. The stamp bundle that we're using is the Colorful Seasons. It's this neat set right here. We're going to pull off the pretty branches right here, the flowers and the little branches that we're going to stamp on the inside. So I'm simply going to pull those off there. And this piece here. And we're going to use the sentiment here, life is a beautiful thing. I really like that sentiment. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it on this block. Okay, so I have my stamp set. Now, the colors we're going to stamp with are going to be simply Old Olive and Sweet Sugar Plum, which is really a really nice combination with this powder pink and this Sweet Sugar Plum and the Old Olive. Really love those colors. Now, the framelits that we're going to use, and because we're going to use the intricate dies, and these are just really small, but there's 3 different types of flowers that you can cut out. And here they are. So I'm going to be using my intricate die plate with my Big Shot, as well as dies for simply cutting out the shape of the flower after you stamped it. And we're going to use this really nice branch framelit to cut out our branch piece. So I'm going to take those and put those away. But you can see there's a lot of versatility with this set. It has the stamps and then the matching framelits for both the outline of a leaf as well as a really pretty intricate die for cutting out the veins of a leaf. several snowflakes, and a neat little lawn chair or beach chair, as well as a nice stamp for a beach chair here that I've used as well. So there's a lot of really nice occasions that you can use this set. I would really recommend it. Okay, so let me just put these aside for now. And I have my dies. We're also going to be using some ribbon. I'm not really sure which color I want to use. I have Sweet Sugar Plum in 2 different types. This is the scrunched ribbon that was from the old catalog. It's no longer available, but there is other ribbon available in this color. And then this is the new Mini-Chevron in Old Olive, very light, very nice ribbon. And I used this piece right here. What I love about Stampin' Up! And why I'm such a loyal customer as well as a demonstrator is that I love the way everything coordinates, so you can never go wrong. I've got some pearl accents that I'm going to use as well, and all my adhesives, and of course my great Stampin' Up! Paper snips. I love those. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and stamp my inside here. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment with my Sweet Sugar Plum. Right there. And I'm using my Stampin' Piercing mat, because I love how it makes sure I get a nice crisp image. I'm then going to stamp my my tree limb with my Old Olive here, and I'm going to stamp this one going this way, and I'm going to turn my image around and stamp this one coming in this way. Okay? So I have 2 images, and now I'm going to do my my flowers. I'm going to stamp off my flowers just because I want a much prettier, lighter effect. And before I do that, I just want you to see that the way these line up is that, and let me just move this into view, is that these single flowers here line up very nicely with the edges of these branches. And then this last flower lines up with that little notch right there. So let me stamp off so I can get a nice light image. And let me make sure I have, yeah, there we go. Oops, there, that's very pretty. Okay, now I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to do it for this side. Stamp off, and let's line these up. And there you go. Nice light image there. Okay? So really pretty inside of our card. All right, so let's put this aside now that we have the inside of our image. Let me close my ink pads and set them aside. All right, so the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to, there's my card. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to emboss my Whisper White. I've already laid this in here. So let me bring, and I'm going to keep my little framelits right there. So let me go ahead and move my Big Shot into place. And since I'm embossing with my Big Shot, I always keep my Big Shot stored with both my plates, especially because this kind of warps, so it kind of helps to keep it from non-warping. But since I'm embossing, all I'm going to use is my Big Shot platform. I'm going to use my bottom plate, my folder, and then my top plate. I'm going to go ahead and use the A side, and then I'm going to flip it around and use the B side because I'm trying to keep it from not warping any much more. Okay, so now we just move this through nicely. Okay, so now that we've done our embossing folder, I'm simply going to set that aside, and I'm going to cut the flowers. So I'm going to use my Big Shot platform, but I'm going to add my thin die adapter piece as well as my precision base plate. I'm going to put my precision base plate down here. And when I have my precision base plate, I don't need the bottom plate, but I do need a top plate. And I'm simply going to lay this one down here. And let me pick my dies up here. There we go. I'm going to cut this piece here. I'm going to make sure that this stays on the platform. Roll this through. Okay, so we have this piece here, which comes off very, very nicely. I'm going to put that one over here, and I'm going to lay that one aside. So now we're going to push this one through, and we're going to cut flowers. And I'm just going to go ahead and swoop up my flower pieces here. Okay, so now let's bring all our pieces in so we can put them together. I should have 3 of each. And there we go, 3 of each. Okay, I'm going to take out my pretty embossed piece. And I'm going to decide, the first thing I need to do is decide on the ribbon. Is there a particular ribbon I want to use? Do I want to stay with this, or do I want to go with the accent? I think I want to go with this ruched ribbon here. And I'm going to go ahead and lay this out. I'm going to clip it right there. I'm going to just going to use a simple glue dot to glue my ribbon there in the center. See if it comes off. And this is how I keep my kind of keep my ribbon placed where I want it. So I want it right about there. Okay, because having made a couple of these, I know that I want to put this right here, okay? So then I'm just going to flip this over. I'm going to grab a snail, and I'm just going to run the snail right on the ribbon right here. And I'm simply going to fold that over like that. Okay, and if it's not quite even, that's not a big deal. I can always kind of straighten it up. There, that's about right. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this on this piece here, and I want to use my tear tape. Or rather, I think I'm just going to use my good old dimensional, because I have lots of ridges and bumps, and I want to make sure that I get that all glued, fastened down nicely on my card. And I'm going to also just rub it across my ribbon like that to make sure I get, I kind of capture that. Okay, got my old olive piece, and I'm just going to lay that right there. Okay. So I don't know where all this, and that's from I have some tape on my sheet, so I'm just using this eraser here to remove it. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like on the card. But let's go ahead and let's put our flowers on. And I'm going to use this as my sample. And I need my mini glue dots. And in case you have any little pieces that are still in your flower, you can simply just use the edge of your nail to poke them out. They do come out rather easily, and I just have a couple. I will tell you, I did use the magnetic platform, and the magnetic platform is predominantly for cutting framelits. These are more intricate dies, so that's why I recommend using your precision base plate. And I had a much more difficult time trying to cut out these, or get these little pieces out. Okay, so my flower branch is going to go, or my branch is going to go right there, kind of keeping in line with how I have it here. Now the way I'm going to adhere this really thin piece of paper is I'm going to use this little gizmo here, and you simply just put it inside this thing here, and you just pull it out, rip it off. You're going to rub it so it picks up the adhesion from your tape, and then we're going to peel it off here, and then I'm going to peel it there, and this is very sticky, so you just kind of want to get that off your fingers. And I'm going to put it right about here. There you go, and it goes on very nicely. If there is a little sticky piece, I kind of use my little gummy here, and perfect. It's on there nice, nice and tight, if you will. So now I'm going to take my mini glue dots, because I'm going to use a lot of mini glue dots. First one is going to be this one here, and I'm simply just going to very, very carefully kind of lay these out. And I'm going to layer some of them. So I might put this one here, and then I might put this one here. right there, okay? So I'm going to pick up this one first, and we're just going to get, let me get a little closer so you can see this. Get it, okay? Just going to pick up a mini glue dot and just put the mini glue dot on the petals. And I'm going to go for at least 2 petals. You could probably do more if you'd like. I think I am going to go ahead and do 3. Have plenty of mini glue dots because you do go through them quite a bit. But I think they're just great for putting on these kind of things. So, I wonder if I should do that one and this one up here. I'm going to change this around a little bit. Flowers down. Now I'm going to take an X-Acto and I'm going to pick up little seed pearls here, and very carefully I'm going to put them in the middle of my vellum flowers. And there you go. There's your card. So let's go ahead and let's put this on here. And I do realize that I have a lot of space here, which was not the issue with that. So what I'm going to do is, stay with me. I had some extra flowers that I cut from another card, so I think I'm going to use these 2 white flowers down here. Haha. I keep this little box with like little little goodies that I may have cut, but if I do this right here like that, I think that finishes off the card nicely. Yeah. What I enjoy about making these videos is that even though I sit down and I plan a card and I may be very happy with it, I do like kind of playing around a little bit and doing something different when I do the video. It does a couple of things. It's a challenge for me because I don't always like to do the same thing twice. It also, I think, makes for a better video for you because you can kind of see I'm willing to make mistakes and do things different. Now this little piece here is kind of lifting up. So how I'm going to get a glue dot under there is I'm just basically going to take this glue dot and I'm going to roll it with my finger so that it's just this little roll, and I'm just going to, there. Now that looks pretty. Okay, so that's more, I think that's more interesting. So to put this on the back of my card, I am going to use my tear tape here. I love my tear tape. We're just going to cut and put it there, there, and in the middle. Now I'm just going to pick it up. Okay, so here we go. We're going to lay this down on our base card of powder pink, which is a new in color. And then I'm going to put my Life is a Beautiful Thing on the inside. And I'm simply going to use my snail. And there you go. So, here's my original card. Okay, I didn't frame it with the old olive. This one I framed with the old olive and used a different color. I added some more flowers. This one's much busier, but it's still pretty. Here's another card I made. Same colors, only instead of the white, I embossed with embossed vellum, and then I used the new Berry Burst color, and again I used the old olive. So 3 different versions of cards that you can make, just gorgeous samples, kind of playing around with the colors. I hope you like the video. If you want any of these products, all these products are available on my online store, Stamp Art Connection. If you need a demonstrator, or if you want a catalog, please contact me. If you haven't, if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to help you. And I hope you you like the video. So happy stamping. This is Chancellor with Stamp Art Connection.